Well, hello there, fishing friends, and if you're new here, welcome. So today we're going to be doing some more journey and some more collection journey, and we're going to tackle the Bassmaster. Let's go ahead and start that. And the first place we're going to be going is Lake Martin. This is on US East DLC, and we're going to be going after the hybrid striped bass. So let's get started on that stage. Okay, so here we are. Now, if you've watched many of my videos, you know I like to use live bait, but in this case, we are going to be using lures, and what we're going to be looking for is a medium-sized fish that is green on both the soft bait and the minnow. So we're going to switch between those two and look for a medium-sized fish. So let me go ahead and make sure I am on hard or normal, and I am. Let me pick up my pole here. And I have the soft bait on right now. I'm going to go to the right one time to switch over to the minnow. And looks like we have one right there. Let's see if it got soft bait, minnow. It stays green. So I'm going to keep it on the soft bait. Try to avoid some of these other fish. I do have that one right there that might grab it. But I'll go ahead and toss this out here. Let's see here. I was thinking it was in the medium, mid-size, or mid-depth, I should say, only, and it is. It kind of looks like it's on top, but let's see. Let's go ahead and cast out there. That should be it. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and cast out. Let it drop down. So this pole, I am on A. It's going to go out to 300 feet, and then I will cast reel back 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, probably a 17 count, or I could just try to go out just a little ways, but I'll go ahead and do a count back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I don't want that one on top to get it, and it did. Go ahead and let it go. Actually, that might have been it. That might have been it, but it shouldn't be on top. It should be on the bottom, or in the middle. Let me go ahead and let it grab it. Let's see if that's it. So that's interesting. If that is it, then, yeah. It's not supposed to be on top, and it should only grab it once I let it drop. We'll see. We'll bring it in. That kind of looks like it underwater there. Sure enough. Well, there you have it. So we got the hybrid striped bass. Go ahead and keep that and go back to the lodge. All right, so here we are back to the lodge. We're going to be going after the rock bass. I'm still kind of baffled on why that one was on top, since it's supposed to be a mid-level fish, but it sure was. So, all right, well, let's go to Central Park Pond in New York and catch this rock bass. Okay, so here we are. Let's bring up the Fishopedia here. And we are going after the rock bass. And how we're going to find this, it will be the only medium-sized fish that is green with the spinner. So once again, we're going to be using live bait, lures, not live bait. The reason I'm not using live bait is a lot of the other fish like the same. Matter of fact, that one, yeah, see right here? Chattahoochee Bass and the rock bass both like the exact same thing. So we're going to be using the spinner and try to find the only green medium-sized fish. Make sure I'm over to the spinner, and we have 1, 2, 3 of them right there. So let me go ahead and cast out. I'm going to go ahead and just leave the spinner on there and not use any of the other lures, because it looks like all the rest of them are kind of yellow. And I'm going to cast out, bring it in to about a 10 count, and let it drop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just going to let it drop right there. Hopefully it will turn red once we get closer to the bottom. If not, I'll reel it in a little slowly, kind of jig it around a little bit. Alright, quick retrieve it. To do that, you just pull your thumbstick back. I'm going to cast back out. I'm going to do a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 count. Let it drop there, and then I'll just reel it in slowly across the bottom just to keep it right in front of its eyes. Actually, it might get it right there on that 5 count. There we go. Bring this guy in. This one shouldn't take too long. I like doing bass fishing. I don't know about you. It's kind of fun. It would be fun to do bass fishing tournaments and stuff like that. There we go. Got our rock bass. We'll go ahead and keep you and head back to the lodge. Okay, so now we're going to be heading to Sunday Pond in Maine and heading to catch the spotted bass. So let's start that stage. Okay, so here we are. I'm going to actually bring this up. Now with the spotted bass, I can actually use live bait. It is going to be the only medium-sized fish that is green on a crawfish. So let me go ahead and, switch my lure to float fishing. Going to do crawfish. I'm using B-rod, so it only casts out to 250 feet. And we got one right there. And it looks like it is mid-level, so I am going to leave it where it's at. I'm going to cast out. It's like, so this is B. It's going to go to this line here, 250 feet. I'm going to reel it in to a count of 5, so it's right in front of his face, right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to stop right there. Should turn red pretty quickly. It did. And this one will be a quick and easy one. Like I said, I like doing live bait. I don't know. It's just a preference for me. I know I can stick it right in front of their face. I don't have to jig it or reel it around. Or it's just right there, just dangling in front of their face. And come and eat the bait. Almost there. Come on. I think these are easy to bring in. There's our spotted bass. Go ahead and keep you. And we'll go back to the lodge. Alright, so next we're going to be going back to Central Park Pond in New York, and we're going to be going after the Chattahoochee bass. So let's head over there and catch the Chattahoochee. Alright, so here we are. Let's see, we'll bring this up, and the Chattahoochee bass right there. We are going to switch back to lure fishing, and we're going to use the metal jig. This will be the only medium-sized fish that's green on a metal jig. So let me switch back over here to lure fishing. Get my metal jig on there, right there. Grab my pole, and we got a couple of them right here. So I'm just going to cast right out in front and reel. Looks like they're right on top. Is this another one that's in the middle and it's on top? Sure enough, it shows in the middle. But it's sitting right on top. How about that? So I'm going to just cast right out there. I don't need to go way out. Going to reel it in. Kind of slow down there. It's going to drop pretty fast. And did not grab it. Let's go a little bit farther out. And start dropping it about there. Kind of play with it through the middle. Come on, I know you're there. Okay, so maybe it is in the middle. It just looked like it was on top. Kind of a weak splash. Yeah, but I have them on there. Swimming around. It's pretty bright for it to be in the middle though. Just a little bitty Chattahoochee bass. Oh, look at that. I got my grade 2 on my freshwater specialist for US East. Alright, go ahead and keep that. And we'll head back to the lodge. Okay, we're back to the lodge. Now we're going to be going to Beehive Lagoon in Maine and catch the white bass. So let's head to that stage and catch us a white bass. Okay, so here we are. Pull up the Fishopedia here. And white bass is right there. We are going to be using live bait for this one. This is the only medium-sized fish that's red, or that is green, I'm sorry, on both the worm and the shiner. The smallmouth bass is green on the shiner. So these are the only two that are going to, medium-sized fish, I should say, that are going to be green on the shiner. There's a lot of other fish that like the worm. Oh, let's take a look here. Actually, we might be able to just use the worm, because on this location, it doesn't look like there's many other fish. I don't remember if the lake herring was a medium size or a small. Let me take a look at my spreadsheet real quick. If you didn't know, this is how I figure out what I'm doing. I have this spreadsheet down in the description if you'd like to use it. So what we're going to do is we're just going to use the worm, and we're going to look for the only green medium-sized fish on a worm. So let me switch back over here to my float fishing. Get my worm. Pick that up. And we don't have any green medium-sized fish, so I'm going to go ahead and reset. Expert back to hard. And we've got all kinds of green medium-sized fish, or all kinds of green fish, not medium. But we do have one medium fish right there. I'm going to switch over to... Oh, man, there are a lot. You know what I could do? I could use the krill and try to avoid these other fish from eating it. Or, is this on the bottom? It looks, yeah, it's on all levels. So it does look like it's on the bottom. See how dim it is right there? So it does look like it's on the bottom. I could probably get away with using this bait on the bottom and not get any of the other fish. So this is my reel or rod B. It's going to cast out to 250. So 250, so 5. I'm going to do about a 9 count because it's going to be about right there. Let's cast out here. I'm on the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So since it's on the bottom, it will avoid those big fish that are on top, even though they are also green. There we go. Yep. So yeah, it wasn't too terrible. It wasn't too terrible at all. It got me nervous when I seen all that green that I was going to have to compete with a bunch of other fish, but after looking at it, realizing that it's on the bottom, all the other fish are way up top, not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. Alright. This should finish up the Bass Master. Alright, we got our white bass. Go ahead and keep you. And head back to the lodge and get our reward. Okay, we're back at the lodge. Going to go ahead and receive my reward here. Eastern U.S. Bass Enthusiast, and that is a title. I'll show you how to put that title on. If you've watched many of my other journey videos, you know how to put it on, but if not, go ahead and stick with me and I'll show you how to do it. First thing we're going to do is we're going to go over to the closet. All right, once we're in the closet, we're going to head over here to the mirror. Hello there. And we're going to click on the hat, and then we're going to click on the crown. Now, it does take a minute for it to show up. It will show up somewhere in here. What I usually do is just kind of scroll around until I find it. There it is, Eastern U.S. Bass Enthusiast. You click on your title, and it will show up over your head. You can change your colors using the colors over here. And then it can be seen when you go into multiplayer and stuff like that. So hopefully this video was helpful for you, and if it was, make sure you give me that thumbs up. And if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button so you can see more tips and tricks like this in the future. I'll be doing some more journeys, so make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can come watch some more of my journeys. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Bye-bye.